I'm Will Marshall from Forge Overland. We're at Overland Expo East. This is my 2017 Ram Power Wagon. Follow me. First up is third and front bumper, which is not made for Power Wagons, but I made it work anyway because Chris Stuber from Ujoint Off Road came and made this lovely Fairlead mount for me that I welded in. Totally stock suspension. Nothing is different on it from what comes from at factory.
And what did you do with these tires?
These are 37-inch Falken WildPeak AT3s. This is one of the first production sets of them. And wrapped on AEV Katla 17x10 rims. Normally reserved for vehicles with 40-inch tires, but I like the stance, so I went with that. So yes, in fact, you can fit 37s on a stock Power Wagon, but it rubs sometimes. And you can fix that by getting out a Sawzall and a grinder and a hammer. White Knuckle Rock Sliders right here. These are the heavy-duty versions of them. They are made out of 188 wall tubing. On this exterior here, quarter wall tubing here. They've got 6 quarter wall tubing legs up to half-inch steel plate that sandwiches the frame. They're heavier built in the frame of the truck. Leitner Designs rack. It's made out of aluminum. It's made specifically for this truck. They make a bunch of them for other vehicles if you want that. And then we've got their boxes here. This is their XL box. It has a lot of space in it. And then we got small ones. I had gone with this open setup because I didn't have the intent of having my tent on here all the time. I had the idea that I was going to put dirt bikes in the back. And this rack itself is unique in that this rear rail back here can slide all the way forward and you don't lose any part of the bed space. So that was the thought with that. I have since changed my mind, and I'll follow up with you guys later with what that process is. But yeah, so it's a great setup. I absolutely love this rack. It's really light, 75 pounds. It's made out of all aluminum.
So tell us about this tent.
This is the very first Go Fast Campers rooftop tent. It's essentially the exact same thing as their regular camper setup, but it's just made to go on top of essentially anything that you want it to go on top of. It's really, really light. It's 140 pounds. It's the thinnest rooftop tent on the market. It's only 6 inches thick. Totally modular. This one's set up to where you can go in through the bottom. If you see these fabric panels here, they're all modular, and you go in through the bottom and you just have a great time on the inside of it, whatever you want to do. It's room for tons of activities. Or if you wanted to, you can option the tent with side entry, which would just be using a ladder. The back of the truck is totally stock. It's really, really stock truck. Promise you. It's really impressive by itself. Over here, we have more Leitner Rack. The Leitner Rack is really modular. You can fit a bunch of different stuff to it, different accessories. I've got MaxTrax here with their homebrew MaxTrax mount that they use. Like I said, it's really modular rack. It uses all aluminum extrusions, so whatever you want to put on it, you can put on it. In this Leitner box, I built my own little air box here using 2 Extreme Air Endura compressors. It's just wired up through these series of regulators and stuff like that, and this big ass 100 amp solenoid. It's controlled by S-Pod unit that I have underneath the hood, as well as all the other lights on the vehicle is controlled by S-Pod as well. Let me show you in the cab. All right, good, you're here. So inside we have Blue Ridge Overland Gear visor mount that Blue Ridge Overland Gear hooked me up with. Really top notch, great stuff. Otherwise, nothing's really different in here. I've got a Hondo Garage phone mount right here, really top notch, all made out of aircraft grade aluminum, all machined. Highly recommend you guys take a look at that. And then over here I've got my S-Pod switch panel that I integrated into the dash. And then in the back, I've got a Dometic 65 fridge freezer that's just wired in through the stock electrical system of the truck. So thanks for stopping by with me and checking out my Power Wagon. If you guys are more interested in learning about this, you can always feel free to message me on my Instagram at Forge Overland. It's really great if you like paying for fuel. It's really thirsty. So thanks guys, I'll see you later.